What's up, guys? Thanks for checking out my video tonight. Got some different things I want to show today. A couple new knives that have come in the mail in the last couple days, so let's get started here. Kind of a mixed bag mail call here. First one I want to start out with, this is actually not a new item. I've had this one for a while, but the reason I brought it out, number one, I realized the fidget spinner craze is kind of over, but when you get a really nice one that spins really well, they are still fun to play with. I don't care who you are. And this one, if you look, happens to be a Yon Xanadu designed spinner. The thing has incredibly smooth bearings to it. Titanium, 2 ceramic ball bearings, and then 2 carabiner clips. I actually got this off the TwoSun knife page on eBay, so I'm not sure if Yon Xanadu designed it for TwoSun or how that worked, but that's where I found this guy. So that's number one, and the reason I wanted to bring this out is because it goes with the knife I wanted to show. So this guy is one that I have been really wanting to get for a while now. Since I saw it, I really liked the design of it, and I picked this up in LTK's last table sale that he did, so was really happy to get it from him. So this is the Yon Xanadu YX650. So packaging comes in really nice. It's got this box with the outer sleeve that their logo shows through. Comes with an extra set of double row ceramic bearings, which I don't know that the bearings are ever the part that wears out, but they include some extras anyway. And then the knife comes in this nice bag. So this is the YX650. And at first glance, when I first took this thing out, I mean, I really love this knife a lot. It's the exact right size and dimensions for my personal tastes. It's a big knife. It's almost 9 inches total and weighs 6 ounces. So it's a big, hefty knife. There's no weight relief on the inside. It is a full titanium frame lock. It's got a really nice, comfortable handle to it, and just a very cool blade shape. This nice big belly, big forward choil on it. So I was happy to get it. After playing with it for a little while, there are a few things that I potentially am going to fix, change, modify, whatever you want to call it. Just things that I think will make this a really great knife. So it's a good knife. I like it a lot, but I think it could be even better. A couple minor changes. Number one, the flipper tab on this knife I think could have been a little bit bigger. It's very rounded, so it's hard to get traction on it. So when you deploy this guy, you actually need to put a lot of force down on it, and it has a really good snap to it. It's got nice strong detent. So I was actually thinking, since you can't increase the size of the flipper, maybe I will decrease the size of the scale and just shave that top corner off so you can get some more purchase on it with your finger and just make it a little bit easier to flip right there. And the reason why I'm thinking I might not mind kind of grinding on this titanium handle a little bit is because it has this very aggressive bead blast finish to it, and while it has great traction, good grip, you're not going to lose this thing out of your hand. It's almost too much. I mean, you could almost file your nails on this thing. The texture is just so deep on it. So I'm thinking I might want to maybe polish this one, see how it comes out. And then the pocket clip on it, it's not a bad pocket clip. It sticks up about this high. So if we can get focus here. So it's not real deep carry, but the problem with the pocket clip is not the design of it, it's the fact that they also bead blasted the clip. So you just have a lot of grip going into your pocket here, and this thing just wants to drag going in and out of the pocket. So I think polishing it up would help a lot. And then at the same time, while I'm grinding on the titanium, I probably will drop the access for the thumb a little bit. It does have a pretty nice wide open cutout right there for your thumb, so it's not bad, but if I'm going to be taking out the Dremel and doing some work on this guy, that's probably something else that I'm going to consider doing, is just dropping this down a little bit before I polish it up, and then you won't be able to tell that I made some modifications to it. So again, I like it a lot. I just think there's a couple things I would maybe want to do to make it even better. So, getting to the blade, this is marked as D2 steel. However, I believe this one falls into the category of Chinese D2. I'm pretty sure LTK said in his video with this one that they tested it and it did not come back as real D2. So, no surprise out of China. But the other thing about this one, and this has nothing to do with the design of the knife, but this one did also go in for HRC testing. So you can see, if it'll focus here, right there, you get a little divot on the blade. So they popped it once there, and unfortunately they hit it twice, and if you look, the other mark is right there in the detent track, which they just could not have picked a worse place to put a divot, because when you go to close it, of course it wants to catch right there in that divot. So I'm going to have to polish up that track a little bit and see if I can get that low spot out to where it's not catching on that. I mean, it's not so bad that it won't go past it. It does flip okay, and it will still close alright, but if you go to close this thing slow, you can definitely feel where that divot is right there. So other than that, don't get me wrong, I really like this knife a lot. I think it's a good knife. It's a great size, really comfortable, but just a couple minor things I was considering with this one. So that's number one. This is the Yon Xanadu YX650. And a few other knives that I got in the mail, and these ones all came from a trade that I did with GARRICORE EDC. So got a couple really cool ones. This is a TwoSun knife that I've actually never had. This is one that's been around for a long time, but I had just never had a chance to pick one up, and always looked at it. The fact that it doesn't have a pocket clip kind of maybe stopped me from getting this one, because I didn't think that I would ever carry it. But when he said he had this one up for trade, I said, sure, I'll check it out. I don't actually know what the model number is. You're welcome to leave it in the comments if you have this one and know. But this is like the TwoSun Pocket Kukri. Again, it's a big size knife. This thing's at least 9 inches overall, probably a little. Oh wait, actually, sorry, I do have a tape measure with me. So this one is almost 9.5 actually, full length on it. The blade is a little over 4 inches total, but just has this really nice big belly to the blade. It is a liner lock G10 handles on it, and fairly decent cutout for your thumb. It's not bad. Nice big flipper on it, so it's actually got a lot going for it for being one of their knives that they've had around for a long time. You can pick this one up for maybe $25-30 or something on their site. And the only thing about this one, this is not a D2 steel. I do believe this one is 420 J2, which they do on some of their karambits and their other oddball items that have been around for a while. So I'm pretty sure this is 420 J2. But cool knife overall. It's got good flip, good action. It's nice and big, good grip to it. So again, if you happen to know the model number, let me know what this guy is. And another one that came from that trade that I did is this guy. And this is the, I'm not sure what they even call this thing. I don't know what the brand name is on it. Apologize. But this is, I think, online they call it the piston flipper. And I'm pretty certain this is a stolen design with this hidden flipper design. And I know this is one that's been on LTK's channel. A couple other people showed it, but basically the flipper stays in place and is not connected to the blade itself, so you don't see it pop back out the front here. This one, the flipper is riding in a little track back here. So neat knife. It's again another large size knife. This one also is just about 9 inches, about an 1/8 inch shy. So it's a decent size. Got nice carbon fiber both sides, and then what I really like about this one is this nice blue anodized backspacer and clip that go with it. I think it gives it kind of a cool look, but the action on this one is just super smooth. It has no resistance in the bearings at all. It's a very smooth operating knife. So again, this is another one that I'd seen and kind of interests me a little bit. I don't know if it's one that I would really carry or anything, but I do definitely want to check it out and see how it works, and this is another one they happen to have. So this is the piston flipper. Also, if anybody wants to let me know whose design this kickstop was stolen from, I cannot remember what knife designer came up with the kickstop, but somebody can let me know in the comments. And then last on the list of knives that came in with that trade was this guy here, which kind of a cool little knife. I mean, neat little Damascus Skinner type knife. Interesting stacked handle design. Almost looks like wire wraps, alternating colors of the wire wrap, and then you can see it's got a nice rat tail tang all the way down. Big fat piece of stock to it. I mean, very thick piece of blade stock. This guy is five millimeters thick. So this was the last one that came in from GARRICORE EDC. So I'm going to leave the link to his channel in the description for this video. Go check out his stuff. Very cool guy. He's got a lot of cool knives, always showing something neat. So definitely check out GARRICORE EDC. And then last on the list of interesting things that I've gotten this week, I just had to show these also. These came from my buddy Jesse B, who was in fact the winner of my last giveaway contest, and he's here on island, and he has come up with the method for hand turning these very cool brass pineapples. And this one is a lanyard bead, and then this one would be paperweight size, fist size, whatever you want to use it for, but just really neat, cool design, and he's definitely an awesome guy. So I'm going to leave a link to his Instagram as well. If you guys are looking for a unique present, a cool lanyard bead, or maybe a nice paperweight for somebody at the office, he's definitely the guy. They come out awesome, so I wanted to show them to you guys today. But that's what I have. That's what I've got time for this afternoon. I'm running out of daylight, but just wanted to show you guys a couple things that have come in the past few days. So that's my random video for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you at the next video.